What's up, everybody? It's Josh with FL Gardening, back at you with another garden update. It's 3 weeks into planting the fall garden here in Central Florida. It's August 23rd. Just wanted to give you an update on what I've got going on and show you what I'm doing right now. I've got the peppers right here that I actually could have probably transplanted last week, but I just didn't. It's the yellow Scotch bonnets. I got a couple of those popped up. The peach ghost pepper, a couple of those. I've got one little tiny bubblegum pepper. None of the Charleston peppers popped up, which is okay. And then some fish peppers that I've got. You can see these guys have got 2 sets of leaves. So these guys are starting to have 2. I need to get these out of here into bigger pots so they can start growing. I just left these tomatoes in here. I'm going to count those as a waste. If you saw my other videos, you saw me pot those ones up already. Pick the best ones out of there. And then these are herbs that I've got, basil and thyme, that I definitely have neglected as well. But look at all these basil ones popping off. I'm going to try to plant some of those. Put them in bigger pots. And then, I'll show you what else is going on with the tomatoes I transplanted 2 weeks ago. Alright, so here we are with the other tomatoes and future homes for the other seeds we just looked at. These ones have got quite a bit more growth than those in there, which makes a lot of sense. They're in bigger pots, they're getting more sun. But these are some of the ones that I transplanted 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half. And then I also just planted seeds into empty containers just to see how they would do, and honestly it looks like the ones I just planted straight out here instead of transplanting did pretty decent. I don't notice a lot of growth difference between the two, even though the seedlings I planted were started a week or so before those. But it did rain. Oh, bless me, thank you. Alright, but it did rain quite a bit, so that definitely helped their growth. But at this stage now, I think what I'm going to try to do is transplant some of the ones that I planted out to the garden and see if they live. And then the other ones I'm just going to hang back here just in case those die. And if you remembered, from my other video, I have a plan to plant 4 tomatoes along the back of this garden. All of that really tall plant is Sunn Hemp. I'll just chop that down, we'll chop and drop it. That has been pumping plenty of nitrogen into the soil, and then I'll just lay the dead plant material right on top, kind of act like a mulch. I'll plant 4 tomatoes out there and see how that does. Gotta cut the grass too. Let's get some of these replanted. And then, I was gonna tell you, also, I plan to use some fertilizer. It's kelp fertilizer. I'm going to dilute it. It's nitrogen and potassium focus, so it'll be good for these new plants. We need a lot of green growth to get going. I'll probably use that at a much weaker ratio than what the directions recommend, just because the plants are so young. So I'll probably just put a little bit in that spray bottle and water them that way. Just spray it right on the leaves and kind of get it on the soil real good. So let's go through the garden and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so this is what I've done. I cut down and pulled out the Sunn Hemp, just kind of laid it on the edge of the garden for now. I brought over the tomatoes I'm going to plant and put them in the spots that I think they'll do good. They should give them enough space with proper pruning. But I've got 2 of each kind. This is the cream sausage kind right here, and then the Amish paste. Cream sausage, Amish paste. So yeah, I'm gonna get those planted, and then go ahead and transplant the peppers. Alright, so this is how I planted these. I planted most of them underground with tomatoes. A lot of their stem can grow roots. So I've kind of planted these almost on top of this tomato. I think this will actually provide it good shelter so it can get used to being outside. And yeah, it'll eventually just decompose and turn into a good mulch. I can't even find where I planted the other one. Here's one. Just barely sticking up. Same thing over here. So yeah, we'll see if this works. It might not. A lot of that soil was falling out of those pots, so those roots definitely got disturbed quite a bit. But that's why I got more. So if these die, we'll just plant some more. Alright, so everything is transplanted and cleaned up already. So I got all the little peppers in here, all labeled. A couple herbs up here. So that's done. And I had to create some space because these are all the new seeds. So the other ones, the other tomato plants that I transplanted, I put over in the garden here. Put the old tomato seeds over here underneath the existing Sunn Hemp that I didn't cut down in the other garden, and I think this will provide a lot of good shade for them and kind of get them acclimated to this area. So I think that's what's going on. If you like what you saw, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you'd like to continue to see my garden and what I've got going on, subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting updates throughout the garden as I'm doing anything major, if I see any pests or anything like that. So that's my game plan. Cool. I hope this helps, and I hope you're having a good time growing things. This is Josh with FL Gardening. Have a good day.